and welcome into another episode of Off Script. Before I get into the video today, if you enjoy it, do not forget to hit that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel. It helps me out a lot, so I appreciate you guys. But let's get into the video. Alabama fans. Should you guys be a little worried or a little unfazed? That's the question today, and we'll get into it here. So first things first, it always sucks to lose, man, especially at home, because you can control that environment. But losing in general just sucks. And I feel for you guys. I do. But if I'm a fan, if I'm Alabama right now, I'm looking positively at this loss. And you're thinking, what? Why? So my thoughts on this overall are better to lose now, especially not last game of the season. You don't want to lose to Auburn. That would be catastrophic. But better to lose now to Oklahoma and address the issues of why you lost than to lose when it actually matters, say SEC championship game, say the playoff where you're a one and done and you're immediately out. So this is I think this is a positive for Bama. And you're thinking, like, really? Like a loss is a positive? Look at Ohio State last year against Michigan. Look where that got them. So I'm just saying that now. But looking at the issues specifically in the Oklahoma game, and before getting into the issues itself, I thought it was pretty interesting. The issues that you thought were going to be a problem, say like the run game for Alabama, actually weren't that bad. And then the issues that showed up that you thought Bama could be like, hey, like usually they're good on this, say turnovers in general. That was a big issue in this game. So I thought that was pretty interesting. But let's get into it here. The main issues I saw, first one, like I just brought up, turnovers, man, ball security. 3 fumbles, 2 of them were recovered by Oklahoma. I think in general, for the majority of all college football games, the ability to win the turnover battle. When you win the turnover battle, you win the game. That's just pretty plain and simple. But limiting that, because you can control ball security. That's easy. That's just claw it high and tight, man. You can control that. And then similarly, it was the decision making by Ty Simpson. He had 1 pick six, another red zone interception that was thankfully called off by a flag. But I feel like this OU defense was kind of toying with him a little bit. He didn't really look like he was in his zone that he's usually in. I mean, he still threw for 300 and something yards, but still, it wasn't. It almost looked like he wasn't kind of in his game, in my opinion. But the main issue I saw was the turnover battle loss for them. But moving on here, and I feel like a lot of Alabama fans would agree with me on this one. The O-line play, man, is just not where it needs to be. While they were able to run the ball, like I said, they were improving compared to the last 2 weeks. The team only averaged 2.4 yards per carry. So that is just not where it needs to be. If you have these high aspirations of winning an SEC championship, of making a run in the playoff, or potentially winning the national championship, you need to be better on the ground and in the run game. And another thing, this Alabama offensive line let up 4 sacks against this Oklahoma defensive front. Just the ability to pick up the pressure, to identify the stunts that are happening on the D-line. It didn't really translate that well in this game. There was a lot of pressure, especially right down the middle. Usually in offensive line, tight end, you work inside out a lot. They were just free runners right down the middle. So that is a big issue that needs to be fixed. And thankfully that was shown in this game, so Alabama can get it fixed relatively soon for these bigger games that are to come. But moving on, and my last big issue that I feel like I saw here, and I kind of already hit it on a little bit, but I'm going to get into it a little bit more. Running into a good defense like Oklahoma has, with a relatively one-dimensional offense like Alabama is right now, just extremely pass-heavy, is not a recipe for success. Now, I know, like I said, OU had 2 weeks to prepare for this game, so they did understand the formations, the motions, and everything that would come with this Alabama offense, so they had time to prepare for this. But still, Simpson overall did not look – he almost looked a little rattled to me. He wasn't in his flow state. These past couple games where he's a Heisman caliber kind of player, it just didn't look like that to me in this game. Granted, he still threw for 326 yards, but this was his lowest QBR since the Florida State game. I think it was somewhere in the 64% range. But still, yeah, he wasn't – this OUD just got to him, whether it be disguising coverages, whether it be the pressure that the O-line just refused to pick up sometimes. I think it got to him a little bit. So this is also a monumental thing for this Alabama team. the ability to, hey, this is some adversity we just faced here. What are we going to do to fix it? Because this is going to show up when you play other good teams. When you play Texas A&M in the SEC championship, hopefully that does happen because that would be a great game. But when you make the playoff and you play these bigger teams with better players, better talent, you need to be able to pick this up. You can't be one-dimensional on offense. You need to be able to run the ball, need to be able to pass the ball, and need to be able to make kicks and special teams. That is huge in this game. But Alabama fans, you guys still control your own destiny. You guys play a cupcake this week and then at Auburn next week, which is going to be a monumental game, rivalry game, Iron Bowl. I'm so pumped for that one because Auburn always tries to ruin the season, and this one has so much riding on it for the SEC championship, for the playoff. I'm really excited for this, but I feel like this is my final take on this. This loss to OU is almost like a fuel needed for this playoff run y'all are about to go on, and I'm really excited for this team. I think they have potential to make it all the way. The talent-wise, they definitely do, but Alabama fans, let me know what you guys think here. I know it was a tough loss, but I'm excited to hear what you guys think. Leave some comments down below, but my name's Zak Herbstreit. This is Off Script. I'll see you guys soon.